doesn't change. Energy only works in several ways. It only does clockwise, counterclockwise, in, out, and positive and negative. And something else, I might have got that wrong. But yeah, there's only like three forces going on here. Clockwise, counterclockwise, positive and negative. And then, as I say, you've got in and out, which could be either positive or negative, depending on the field that it is acting upon, the clockwise or the counterclockwise. So yeah, Ken, that is a visual representation of the magnetic flow. I mean, because it may actually... no, sorry, that's what it's doing. It then zips out and flies around there. And the thing is, there is a sheath here because there are dielectric vortices between each of these two, which keep them together. Basically, it's an energy rung because, as I said, energy is moving up the middle, and energy then does this in the center of that. So it comes up and splits. It's an Ouroboros torus field, a cross in the middle there, which eventually turns into the horns of God, or smoke flow, because this is smoke flow. Smoke comes up in a dielectric double helix, splits over and rolls around into a halo wave, and if there's more energy it will actually try and zip back into the middle and shoot up another energy dielectric finger. But yeah, across here, because they've flipped and then one's travelling twice as fast because it's clockwise and clockwise, and this one's travelling counterclockwise, but it's all travelling clockwise. So this only travels literally kind of straight-ish through a magnet. That's difficult to understand, really. This is moving at 0 speed, this is moving at twice the speed due to the fact that this is going clockwise, that's going clockwise, and that's going counterclockwise. I really don't know much about magnetism or what the hell I'm talking about. All I know is this is how it travels. And what do you know? It's also God. It's also the symbol for health, like the two snakes wrapping around each other. There probably should be a pine cone on the top of there, because that would be energy travel at the front, same as water going into a glass. If you pour fast water into a deep glass, you will see bubbles underneath, just like this. And that's because if you could take a still shot, that would make a pine cone made out of double helix, Ouroboros, toruses, and vortex fingers. Okay, I'm happy with that. That's brilliant. I couldn't draw it. But yeah, that crossover point is where a double sheath has now been enwrapped itself, exactly the same as your ice, where it spins over at the back, the outside becomes the inside, and the inside becomes the outside. That's what just happened there. It's also passed through itself, which means it's now, your north is that way, even though your north is that way, and your south is that way, even though your north is that way, because it pushed through the north, pushing it that way, and it pushed through the south, putting it that way. So you got north and south over here, but it's bent like that. It's like two socks passing through each other. One of them's going to go one direction and another one's going to go another. So yeah, that's how you get the double sheaths, because this one spins around this way, this one spins around this way, but this one spins over the top. And this can be seen on planets with there's like a Y shape, a reversed Y, because this one spins around, a cloak drops down of the matter in smoke, of the matter that is contained here. I believe it happens in magnetism as well. There's no actual matter, it's just the field that is created by the dielectric twisting of the circuit. And so this one comes around, it's on the outside. This one comes around, it's on the inside, due to being 137 and 160 degrees. One of them is taller than the other, even though they're in the same sphere distance from here to here and here. So if we drew a circle, they'd be exactly the same, but they're traveling forwards as a flat thing. And basically the tree of life goes like that. Then there would be a vortex, and then a bigger one, a vortex, and a really big one, and that's how the tree of life is built. So it comes across here, this one goes underneath, and they flip and turn over, but all of this is sheathed, and that's how you make a sphere. Comes out, crosses itself again, inside, outside, goes back in, and it will keep doing that, and that's how you get the magnetic fields and rings, because when this rolls around into a circle, it becomes an Ouroboros. Then another piece comes out of the middle, because that's where the vortex is, comes out of the middle and creates another one, and pushes this one wider. Okay, back to the video. Okay, so I just did a little bit of manipulation to get the correct design and rotation. I couldn't do that while I was holding the camera. So yeah, so there we have our double helix, and as you can see we have clockwise and counterclockwise on either side from a clockwise travelling, or counterclockwise, doesn't really matter which way around it is. I might have a couple of rotations backwards here or there, it doesn't really matter, because they're all doing what they should be or doing the opposite of what they should be. So we've got our, this is counterclockwise, but then I'm still going to get a split and a clockwise and a counterclockwise rotation. So you've got your left of God, and that is what it does. And it does that because it's just hit an object. One was forced right, one was forced left. This one has an opposite rotation to the rotation that it's actually in, and so it flips it and causes an X. That comes down to the front. These two come in diagonally, cross each other, and then basically do exactly the same thing at the bottom, and go back up the middle. So yeah, that is how a dielectric circuit changes to an electromagnetic wave. Thanks.
Okay, so there we go, really. That is how a dielectric wave vortex turns into a magnetic wave. And as you can see on screen, that's also the cross of God. That's why it looks like it is. God is energy travel. That is our body. If I just separate the two beams at the bottom, we have legs. Starts off in the heart, pumps upwards, and that's how basically you get arms, legs, and a head. And it's exactly the same flow in everything. So that's about it, Ken, really. Thank you for watching, if you did watch. If you didn't, it's no big deal. It's just nice to find somebody that actually understands what's really going on. I have subscribers that know what's going on, that's why they're following me, but you are the only person that knows exactly what's going on, and I know exactly the travel. So I'd like to hope that I might have helped you out here in some way.